everybody? It's Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous, that's me, the Warriors of Chaos, versus the Putrid Ninja of the Warriors of Chaos. So, yeah, it was a mirror match. Buddy of mine's playing Warriors of Chaos. He's got mostly Nurgle and Khorne. Actually, it's all Nurgle and Khorne. To my Tzeentch, Slaanesh, and just a touch of Khorne. Slightly new list. Here's my list that's been tweaked somewhat. May surprise some of you. Others, probably don't care. So, my general is Chaos Lord again, Lord Tremendous, with the Mark of Tzeentch and a Demonic Mount, Shield, Sword of Might, Armor of Fortune, Dawnstone, other Trickster Shards, Scaled Skin, and Soul Feeder. Went back to the Chaos Lord because I just wanted to try him, just to get it out of my system. I kind of liked him, but you'll see. We'll get there. And then I have my Sorcerer Lord, the Jade Mage. He's a level 3 wizard with the Charm Shield and the Lore of Death. And I just wanted to try out the Lore of Death. I really do like the Lore of Metal a lot, but I figured I'd try out the Lore of Death, see if it was any good. And, well, you'll see. You'll see what I think about it at the end of the game. My hero choices were my Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Tzeentch. He's got the Mark of Tzeentch. He's my BSB. He's on a Demonic Mount. He's got a great weapon, Talisman of Preservation, and a Third Eye of Tzeentch. My second Exalted Hero is Lady Elizabeth with the Mark of Tzeentch. She's on a Chaos Steed with a Halberd, Dragon Helm, Talisman of Protection, and the Iron Curse icon. Last but not least is my Chaos Sorcerer, Ashkus the Muse, a fan favorite. He's got the Mark of Slaanesh. He's on a Steed of Slaanesh, the Slickness. He's a level 2 wizard. He's got the Enchanted Shield, Skull of Catan, and the Lore of Slaanesh. My core choices are 5 Chaos Warhounds, and really they're just sacrificial lambs. I wish I could find 5 lamb models. That would be funny as hell. 14 by Brick Chaos Warriors with the Mark of Tzeentch, Banner Musician, Hand Weapon Shield, and the Gleaming Pendant. And these guys have strictly become a bunker unit for my Sorcerer Lord. They're better than having a bunker unit of Marauders, even with the Mark of Slaanesh. The Gleaming Pendant allows them to reroll their first failed leadership check, which is great in case they panic when they get shot at or for whatever reason. And to be honest with you, they have just enough punch that at the end of the game, if they get into combat with something, I don't have to worry about them falling apart like with Marauders. I now have 3 chariots in the list. 1 Tzeentch, 1 Khorne, 1 Slaanesh. The Tzeentch one is Vessel of Change. The Slaanesh one is Orcish Elegance. And the Khorne one doesn't have a name yet, but he will get one. My special choices are 5 Hellstriders, the Pleasure Riders, with Banner Musician, Spear, and Shields. 5 Chaos Knights, Elizabeth's Honor Guard, with Mark Tzeentch, Banner Musician, Ensorcelled Weapons, and Banner of Swiftness. And of course, the one, the only, the Mutalith Vortex. Gotta love the beast. My opponent's list is very small. He's got a Demon Prince as his general. He's got the Mark of Nurgle. He's a level 4 wizard. He's got Chaos Armor with Wings, Dragon Helm, Chaos Familiar, and the Lore of Nurgle. His hero choice is an Exalted Hero with the Mark of Nurgle. He's his BSB. He's on a Demonic Mount that's barded. He has a shield, a Sword of Might, and probably like the Talisman of Preservation or something. I really don't remember. I'm thinking the Talisman of Preservation, though. And then he's also got Throg, because as you can see in this picture, he's got a huge brick of core choice, which is 17 Chaos Trolls. He's also got 15 Chaos Warriors with the Mark of Nurgle, Banner Musician, Hand Weapon Shield. 20 Marauders with the Mark of Khorne with the Great Weapon, or I'm sorry, with, The Marauders have Great Weapons and Musician. And his last unit is a unit of 18 by Chaos Warriors with the Mark of Khorne, Halberd, Shields, Banner Musician, and the Banner of Swiftness. Small, compact, and very, very fighty army. It's very cool, actually, to see it across the table. These are my spells. 3 from Death, 2 from Slaanesh, and of course the Mutalist spell. And as you can see, I got the Purple Sun, so that's really what I was hoping for in order to deal with the trolls. Here's my opponent's spells. He got Miasma Pestilence, Blaze of Putrefaction, Curse of the Leper, Fleshy Abundance, and Plague Wind. Here's deployment. We lined up across the table from each other. There was no other real plan here. My Chaos Knights with Elizabeth were going to probably go after the Marauders. I had my BSB in the back there just because I didn't really think of anywhere else to put him. The Beast is running up behind him to possibly hit the Marauders with his spell. Everything else in the center was going to go after his warriors, his BSB, and his other warriors. I had no idea what I was going to do about the trolls other than just Purple Sun, just try to kamikaze cast it as often as possible. Here's his right flank. On our left, the unit of Beastmen, the Great Ones right there, those are his Marauders, which I think is kind of cool. The unit of Warriors on the right there's his Khorne Warriors with Halberds. And here's his center. On the left there is his BSB on a Demonic Mount. Right there in the middle is his huge brick 18 trolls with Throg. Throg is being represented by that little blue troll in the left, on our left of that unit right there. Right next to them is a unit of 15 Nurgle Chaos Warriors with hand weapon shields, and of course on the right there is his Demon Prince, the weird samurai ninja demonic thing. I think it's actually a pretty cool model. Here's my right flank. There's my Hellstriders with Ashikis. There's my center. From right to left, there's the dogs. The unpainted Gorby's chariot, that is actually a regular Khorne chariot. I'm working on the conversion model right now. There's Orcish Elegance right there. Right next to him is the Vessel of Change, my Tzeentch chariot. Right next to them is the Bunker unit of warriors with my Sorcerer Lord attached. And my left flank, there's my Mulith Vortex Beast. There's my Knights with Lady Elizabeth, and there's Tardum, my BSB. So here's top of turn 1 after movement, and as you can see, I got to go first! Yay! And I did. I came up a little bit. I didn't want the trolls to charge that early, so I left the dogs behind the hill. I brought my lord up a little bit to see where his lord was going. Meanwhile, the Hellstriders ran around just to start harassing because I don't have any war machines to worry about in this game, so the Hellstriders were just going to have some fun. Meanwhile, on the left side, my BSB ends up jumping into the unit of Knights because I kind of traffic jam myself in here, and the Mutalith runs up to try to get a spell off on whatever he can. Right here is a unit. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I tried to get Purple Sun to go off, and it does, and it's the big one, and it's exciting, and I misfire. So it's like, okay, or it's not the big one, it's the little one, but yeah, I misfire, so the stupid thing gets centered. Oh, I'm sorry, it was the big one. It gets centered right over my head, and it deviates to the back and to the left. So basically it runs through all the warriors, it hits the Tzeentch chariot, and it misses the beast by like an inch or two. So that was a good thing at least. But yeah, as you can see, my first shot with this stupid friggin' lore is pretty awful. Luckily, so is my rolls, and I only kill one guy turns into a purple crystal, which is actually kind of fitting for a Tzeentch army, or Tzeentch-ish army. So one guy turns into purple crystals, and we keep them as a memento. So that's kind of fun. So yeah, a little frustrated. Oh yeah, and then the miscast, because it was irresistible, I roll a 9, and my Sorcerer Lord takes a wound. There's a little marker right in there where the character used to be. But that's the bunker doing its job. Meanwhile, he rolled a 1 to wound Ashkis, so that was cool. So here's bottom of 1 after movement, and as you can see, he doesn't really do subtle. He just moves the hell up. He's like, I dare you to charge me, and I'm toying with the idea. His Demon Prince did run over to my right flank to kind of harass over on my side too, so that was interesting. During his magic phase, he gets the small plague wind off. It bounces through my lord, does nothing, kills a couple dogs, and stops right where you see it. So all in all, not terrible. He also gets Curse of the Leper off on his trolls, giving them +3 toughness, and I didn't care about that because I had no intention of getting into combat with those trolls anytime soon. I think he was just trying to roll on his lore attribute for Nurgle. Here's top of 2 after movement, and I set the dogs up in order to be charged by the trolls. The Chaos Lord charges the warriors of Nurgle and gets them. Meanwhile, all 3 chariots and my knights with my BSB and Lady Elizabeth slam into the Khorne halberd unit because they presented the target. I thought about going after his BSB with my chariots, but I wanted to kill the Khorne warriors more. They're worth more. The BSB can be dealt with later. And that was the plan. And of course, the beast hits the Marauders because he can take the Marauders, right? But yeah, the Khorne chariot did not make it, which was a shame. Yeah, there's a beautiful picture right there. And as you can see from the caption, the BSB does his war cry. Die! And yeah, I'm actually very excited about this combat because getting 2 chariots, the knights, the BSB, and Lady Elizabeth into the Chaos Warriors with no parry save, I was very excited. There's the beast, just getting ready to mulch some toughness 3 guys. And there's the Corn Chariot. You know what? He still got loyalties to Corn, so he just decided that he wasn't going to do that. And there's my Chaos Lord looking to make a name for himself. During my magic phase, I get Acquiescence off on his Demon Prince, and the whole idea with this was to try to... At first, it was just to pull out some Dispel dice because I couldn't do anything, but he let it go, so that was huge. Now his Demon Prince is basically out of the fight for a turn, and I will take that every time. Over here, the Beast is able to kill 5 or 6 of the Marauders, and he takes a few wounds for his trouble. They actually did really well. But I win this combat. He's no longer frenzied, and I'm still in it. He stays because he's steadfast, but hey, it's going in the right direction. During this combat, as you can see, it's a bloody frickin' massacre. Both chariots just decimate that unit. I only roll like 7 impact hits. It was actually pretty bad. But with the BSB, Lady Elizabeth, the Knights, the chariots, everything going into them, I think I took 1 wound on my Slaanesh chariot. Yeah, they get ripped apart. They break. The Knights pursue, and the chariots restrain because they're going towards the trolls, and I don't want that. So when we pursue, the Knights stop an inch away from the Tzeentch chariot, and the warriors get run down. So that's awesome. There's a picture of how everybody ends up after all the bodies are cleared off the table. And in this combat over here, Tremendous is able to kill 3 warriors, and with charge and 3 warriors and everything like that to rank Banner. He loses, but he's steadfast and he doesn't go anywhere. So here's bottom of 2 after movement, and as you can see, the trolls slam into the dogs. I thought about fleeing, but I was worried about the trolls slamming into the chariot and then overrunning into my Sorcerer Lord with warriors, who would crumble like paper from charge from the trolls. So I decided to let the dogs die. Other than that, not a whole lot on his end. Everything's either in combat or dead. His BSB does charge into the Slaanesh chariot. There's a better picture of the dogs getting sacrificed to the trolls. And there's a picture of a Coronate Exalted Hero taking out some aggression on a Slaanesh chariot, which actually in the fluff makes perfect sense. During his magic phase, he gets Miasma Pestilence off on his warriors and lowers everything by 2. In combat, the trolls puke on the 3 remaining dogs and drown them in vomit, which is probably the worst way you could possibly go. The BSB, however, does not puke at all. He just beats this chariot into the ground. I mean, literally beats this chariot to death and then overruns. He gets just out of my charge arc, too, so that was excellent for his BSB. During this combat over here, we go back and forth. I only kill a couple of, a couple of Marauders. I flub pretty good here, unfortunately, and I take another wound, so I lose this combat, but I roll like a 3 and I stay. Over here, more warriors fall. I think 3 or 4 more die. And while I win this combat yet again, they're still steadfast and they don't break. So here's top of 3 after movement. And my Tzeentch chariot charges into the warriors and gets them. My Corn chariot charges his BSB, who chooses to flee, and he bounces through the Tzeentch chariot, the Tzeentch chariot, the Knights, and the impassable terrain. And he makes all 3 of his dangerous terrain checks, which is unfortunate, but hey, he's way out of position now. Meanwhile, Lady Elizabeth, after that happened, leaves the Knight unit and runs over to go and deal with his BSB because she thinks she can take him. And other than that, nothing. Oh yeah, my BSB charges out of the Knight unit as well and goes after the trolls because I know Throg has the Eye of the Gods rule, and I'm hoping to take him out with my BSB. I'm hoping my BSB with his 3-up ward save is able to weather Throg's initial attacks, and then with his charge banner, hopefully a wound or 2, is able to, at the very minimum, get, tie combat against the trolls. And I'm really just trying to get rid of Throg because I'm hoping that his Demon Prince ends up away from them so I can break them because Purple Sun just isn't working out for me. There's a better picture of the BSB fleeing from my charge. Away from you, away from me, BSB. You do not belong here. There's a better picture of Tardum going in for some glory. And there's a chariot coming in to help out the Lord, who's actually doing pretty well against the warriors. In combat, it's a bit of a flub, actually. The chariot does 2 impact hits. I get 1 guy, maybe 2, I can't remember. But with charge, flank, and I think a wound or 2, although he does do 2 wounds. I think I lose this combat, actually. I'm not 100%. Either I win or lose. I don't remember exactly, but nobody breaks, so we're good to go. Over here, the Mutalith actually takes 3 wounds from him. I'm able to armor save 1, and I regen the other 2 on a 5-up. The Mutalith should be dead, but he's beast, so he doesn't die. He destroys this unit. He does like 7 or 8 wounds, and they are steadfast. They lose combat, they are steadfast. However, they break, and the beast plows them down like wheat, and it is glorious. The only problem is now Lady Elizabeth isn't going to be able to charge his BSB if he rallies next turn, so that kind of sucks, but I figure with the beast and Lady Elizabeth working on the BSB, we should be able to kill him, or do something to him at least. Throg and Tardum in this combat just exchange wounds, and he's got 2 ranks and a wound to my charge banner and a wound. So neither of us know how to sing. It's a stalemate, and we just kind of sit there and go grrr. Right here is bottom of 3 after movement, and as you can see, his Demon Prince slammed into the flank of my chariot, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's alright because my Lord is able to issue a challenge, I figure, and hold up the Demon Prince, while my chariot is in a really good spot, can just beat the heck out of the Nurgle Warriors as much as he can, because they need 4s and 5s, and he needs 5s and 3s, so it's a math game at this point. However, as you can kind of see in this picture on the top left there, my opponent measuring, his BSB didn't rally, and you don't get to use the BSB reroll when you're fleeing. It's not overly inspirational when it's covered in urine and fear. So yeah, his BSB continues to flee, and he rolls boxcars, so he flees off the table. So that's one way to take care of the BSB, I guess. Lady Elizabeth and the Beast are way out of position now, but what were they really going to do? There's a better picture of the Ninja Demon Prince slamming into my chariot. In this combat over here, my mount really comes into his own, and he starts beating down on Throg, and puts another wound through on him. BSB isn't able to do anything, but yeah, the mount is able to slip one through, so I've got banner and wound to 2 ranks. We stalemate yet again. Over here, Tremendous is holding his own against the Demon Prince in the challenge. He's actually able to do a wound to him. My opponent, on the other hand, has the Demon Blade, and he's rolling like 5 to 8 attacks, and he's hitting with all of them. He's not hitting himself at all. It's really kind of frustrating, but his 1-up rerollable 4-up is saving him, so it's kind of nice. It's a stalemate right now, and I'm actually able to do a wound to him, so that's huge. We end up winning this combat too, but everything stays, because I think the chariot's able to slip a wound through and kill that one last guy in the back. So here's top of 4 after movement, and really just everything starts converging on the trolls and the Demon Prince, because there's nothing else left on the table. Ashkus leaves the unit of warriors to run over and get into the flank of the trolls to try desperately to get Purple Sun off. I would sacrifice everything that's over here. I would sacrifice my BSB and my knights if I could get the Purple Sun to go through these damn trolls and kill off a score of them. You know what I mean? Other than that, everything's in combat, and Ashkus and the Hellstriders are fine right where they're at. Yep. Well, more pain. The chariot's able to kill a couple more of the warriors, which is huge. Meanwhile, my Demon Prince BSB or Demon Prince General battle is pretty much just a flubfest, with flank and 2 wounds to flank and a banner. I win by 1, but the warriors stick around. Throg dies in this combat. My BSB is able to slip the final couple. My troll. My demonic mount gets 1 wound through, and my BSB is able to put the last couple through. So Throg dies, and then I roll Snake Eyes on the Eye of the Gods chart, which is like, oh crap! Luckily, I passed my leadership test, and now Tardum's just stupid for the rest of the game. But that probably has to do with like all of Throg's blood and stuff getting on him. I don't think it was the gods. I think it was just contamination from bad blood. That's what I'm going with anyway. But I also do take another wound for my trouble, as you can see. So Tardum's hanging on by a thread as it is, which sucks, but it is what it is. And I think I do 3 wounds and I have a banner to wound and 2 ranks. I win by 1, but his Demon Prince is right there and he's fine. So here's bottom of 4 after movement, and there's been none because everything is in combat. Ninja Prince ends up taking another couple of wounds. he takes one more wound during the combat phase. He is able to get poison off on his Nurgle warriors, and he rolls a 6. So now he has 5 wounds at toughness 6. So now I'm wounding him on 4s instead of 3s. But I am able to slip another wound through, so he's taken 3 out of his now 5 wounds, so he's only got 2 left. Meanwhile, my general takes nothing, and I think my chariot's able to kill 1 more warrior. We win this combat, but nobody flees. Over here, Tardum is drowning in puke. They're puking all over him, and the only thing keeping him in this combat is his ward saves. He is able to kill, I think, a base. He wins his combat, but they're steadfast and they don't go anywhere. So here's top of 5 after movement, and I go for broke. The Corn Chariot and the Knights charge into the Trolls, just hoping to keep him rolling because he's only got 1 shot, and if he can roll a 10, 11, or 12 for me, the Trolls are going to break and flee and hopefully get run down. Meanwhile, Lady Elizabeth and the Beast turn around to try to just get in the range there. And Ashkiss runs, or not Ashkiss, the Sorcerer Lord runs over to get a better flank there on the Trolls, hopefully get off Purple Sun. Here comes the cavalry. There it is. The Corn Chariot and the Knights slam in there. In combat over here, things go left field. I kill all but 1 warrior, and my lord doesn't do anything to his lord, but he takes a wound. And I believe the chariot takes his 3rd wound as well. So with flank, banner, and 2 wounds to flank and 2 wounds, I think I lose by 1. I can't remember exactly. So I lose this combat. I don't remember how much, but my Chaos Lord actually flees. And I know this picture shows him fleeing towards us. He actually fled to the right. We figured that out after I had already taken the picture. But yeah, he actually flees like 10 or 11 inches to the right. And since everything's still base to base with the chariot, nobody can pursue. So the general gets away. So that's something. Over here, the Trolls puke just everywhere. My BSB does end up dying. My Corn Chariot takes a wound. I lose 1 knight. And we do almost nothing to the Trolls. He's rolling his regen saves like it's going out of style. I think I kill 1 base. I'm not 100% who wins this combat. I'm pretty sure he does, but we don't break. Everything stays. So here's bottom of 5 after movement, and as you can see, there's been none because everything he has is in combat. Yeah, speaking of combat, my chariot doesn't take any wounds. He actually does very well. I make my armor and ward saves. I don't do anything to the remaining warrior. I lose this combat and I flee and I get away by like an inch, inch and a half. So that's huge. And as you can see, that's where they're at. Over here, the Knights, they puke again. The Knights don't take any wounds. I'm able to put like 2 wounds on the Trolls because once again, he's making his regen saves like it's going out of style. The Knights don't take anything. The Chariot takes another couple of wounds from puke. And I think we win this combat. I'm not 100%. But again, they're not going anywhere because the Demon Prince is well within range, and so we stay in combat. So here's top of 6 after movement. This is my last chance with Purple Sun. I've got literally nothing else to do. The Chariot rallies, Ashikis and his Hellstriders charge the 1 remaining Chaos Warrior. He flees and gets away by bouncing through his Demon Prince. Lady Elizabeth then charges him when he ends up right in front of her. He flees and bounces through the Knights and then through the Trolls and ends up in front of Ashikis, who was going to charge him right back and hopefully have Lady Elizabeth hit him. Well, that ended up not being necessary because when he fled through the Knights, he rolled his dangerous terrain check, rolled a 1, and died. So I got the points for the Warriors. That's huge. So right now, all he's got left is his Demon Prince and his Trolls. So that's where we're at. So in a magic phase, I roll, for the small Purple Sun. It's not irresistible, but I do end up getting it off. I roll that godforsaken scatter dice, and I roll another misfire, and it goes 4 inches. I know the arrow shows it goes towards the troll. No. I flicked the stupid dice before I took the picture. That's not the direction it went at all. It went directly away from the Trolls. It only hits my Sorcerer Lord, and then I roll a 6. So the Sorcerer Lord dies, turns into a purple crystal thing. So I just give him 250 points instead of doing anything with that spell. The hell with the Lord of Death. You have no idea how much I want to swear right now. The hell with the Lord of Death. If I never use it again, it'll be too soon. I'm going to put those cards right next to right where the Marauder Horseman used to sit, on the Shelf of Shame, because I'm just disgusted with that lore. The hell with the Lord of Death. In combat over here, I lose one more knight, and I lose this combat. The knights stay, but the trolls turn to face. And guess what's going to happen to them in the bottom of 6? I think puke soup. So yeah, here's bottom of 6, and the only thing that happens is his general, his Demon Prince slams into the chariot. Yeah, there's a better picture of it. The chariot made its fear check because he causes terror, but fleeing there was just no option. And he has a demon blade, and he had taken one more wound in that last combat, so he's only got one wound left. So I was really hoping that the demon blade would kill him off, if not both of us. I was really hoping for that. In combat, nothing happens in Magic, and in combat, of course, the knights, they do put, like, I think they kill another base, which isn't too bad considering, you know, they've got to get through that damn regen save. But yeah, he just pukes all over everybody, and there's nothing I can do. I don't make any of my ward saves, and the knights die. They literally dissolve into bite-sized pieces for the trolls, who are hungry. The disgusting mess that's left over turns out to be too much for the Mutalith, and he flees, and honestly, it's totally understandable. Lady Elizabeth sticks it out, though. And as you can see, hell yeah, the Demon Blade pulls it out for me. He destroys my chariot, absolutely, but it also destroys the Demon Prince, so it's the coup de grace. This right here is what wins me the game. We totaled up the points. I don't have the exact points, but I ended up winning by like just over 150 or something like that, because his Demon Prince, after all said and done, is like 520 points and another 100 for killing the general. So my general never rallies. But he's still on the table. I end up just having enough to win. So, and the only reason that I won is because his Demon Prince kills himself with a Demon Blade. So that's huge. It doesn't feel like much of a victory, but it is. And we're laughing so hard. I actually did forget to get a end of game picture. I apologize. But I figure the Bellacore picture on in the beginning of this report and as the cover for this BR is more than enough consolation, right? But yeah, we'll get to the recap in a minute, because now it's time for a quick timeout. Banners, banners, banners. Look at the banners. Get the banners. You know you want the banners. You know you can't live without the banners, so stop trying. Get yourself a banner. There's absolutely no reason not to. They are top of the line quality. I mean, just look at him. He's got a Facebook page. Go check out his Facebook page. He's got a Pinterest page. Go check out his Pinterest page. He's got an email. Send him a damn email. Contact the guy directly and be like, yo, man, I've got this army. I want this kind of banner. What can you do for me? And he's going to send you a banner design, and you're going to be like, damn, why didn't I do that sooner? Lord Tremendous is a genius. All right, everything but that last part's probably going to happen. But you need to do this. You need to get him an email. You need to go check him out on Facebook. Get yourself a banner. Totally worth it. Tokens, fellas. Get yourself some tokens. Wound counters, augment markers, hex markers, potion markers, hellfire sword markers, mutilus spells, eye of the gods. Everything that you need a token for, that we use dice for, get yourself a token. It takes out all the guesswork. It makes it all honest. You can even use it on your opponent's army. You know, like the Skaven guys that are like, oh no, I've already used all 3 warp tokens. Oh well, look at here. For less than $10, I bought a whole bunch of warp fire tokens, so that you can't say that you've only used 2 when there's only 1 token left, so stuff like that. So I'm telling you, it keeps everybody honest. It makes the game go a lot smoother. They look cool as hell, and they're dirt cheap. Send her an email. Get yourself some tokens. Totally worth it. But yeah, guys, in the end, we totaled up the points. I forgot to get pictures of it, but I did end up winning by, like I said, just over 150 points. It wasn't a huge margin, but it was a victory. And to be honest with you, I'll take it. I'm not proud at all. But it didn't feel like much of a victory in the end. It felt more like a draw. In fact, it felt like the cheapest victory I've ever had, with the Demon Prince killing himself. However, back when I had my Demon Prince on the table and he had the Demon Blade, I'd done it a couple of times myself too. So I guess it's just karma coming full circle. In the end, though, I ended up losing in Jade Mage, Tardom, my Warhounds, the Tzeentch and Slanesh Chariot, and my Knights. He ended up losing everything except for his Trolls, and that was exactly what I needed to have happen in order to win. The Demon Blade killing the DP is what won me the game. Plain, simple, and to the point. It was cheap as hell, but like I said, I'm not too proud to take it. If you ever find yourself fighting a troll horde with no flaming attacks, it absolutely sucks. Yeah, it is the worst parts of the Bible, let me tell you. I was just beside myself with what am I going to do, especially with that god-awful Lore of Death with the Purple Sun garbage. Misfiring twice, killing the Jade Mage, my Sorcerer Lord, with it at the top of 6, all of that. Oh my God, I will never use the Lore of Death again. May it rot in hell. The cards literally are on the shelf of shame right now. These games are always fun. I love Warriors of Chaos versus Warriors of Chaos games because they're just so straightforward, just beating the crap out of each other. That's the entire point. I really enjoy that. But it was a great game. It was a bullshit victory, and we all know it. Everybody that watched this is going, man, that is a garbage victory right there. But don't worry. The guy that I was playing is the manager of the store, the local store, and we need a rematch to settle this. So we will be getting another fight. Don't you worry about that. And when we do, the Ultimate Warrior will be decided. But yeah. Oh, and Angela, I'm watching you. Relax, guys. You don't have to call the cops. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this battle report, number 64 there. I hope you guys are still enjoying them as much as I'm enjoying making them. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, however, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, thanks.